All right, what's up, fellas? Today we're gonna learn how to clean. So we're gonna take a ground up approach to it. So we're gonna start with our feet. So our feet, we're gonna go hip width apart to begin with when we're pulling the weight. When we catch the weight, then we're gonna go into a shoulder width position, right? More like our squat position, right? Toes slightly out. Okay, then we got that. You go grip. So grip is gonna be 1 inch outside of shoulder width, right? We're not in here, we're not out here like a snatch. We're 1 inch outside shoulder width, right? You can vary on depending on how comfortable it is for you. Now, in terms of setting up with the bar, if we're doing a power clean, we start from the ground. So we're gonna go feet hip width apart, hands 1 inch outside shoulder width, come down, bring the bar as close to your shins as possible with your knuckles facing down. Now when we get there, we squeeze our back, squeeze our shoulder blades, right? Everything's tight and braced just like we would in a squat or any other big lift. Now, in terms of the actual lift and how we perform it, there's two movements. Most people consider them both a pull. The first one's actually a push, then a pull. So we're down here, right? Flat back. Here, we are pushing our legs up here. Then when we get to mid-hip, that's when we're pulling the weight. Now, we're not RDLing, right? We all know how to do an RDL. We're not here, right? We're here, then up, right? We're not here, boom, up. Okay. Essentially, clean is just a weighted jump. Right? All we're doing is jumping. We're trying to get vertical with the bar and pull the bar as fast as possible. Now, in terms of the catch, like we said, we start with our feet hip width apart. We then go to shoulder width apart, right? Now, our arms, we're in a front squat position, right? The bar is going to land in front. We catch with our full fist, couple fingers, whatever our mobility will allow. Now, in terms of our actual catch position, we're going to rotate from the shoulder and throw the elbow forward. That's how we're going to catch it. Catch into a squat position, right? Like a quarter squat. Catch it, come up, rack the bar. Okay, let's kind of see it now. So, hip width apart, 1 inch outside shoulder width. Grab the bar, bring it to our shins, tight back like a steel beam. Push it. There you go. All right, fellas, appreciate you. All right, so fellas, now that we learned how to power clean, we gotta learn how to front squat. So we're gonna take the same approach as we did. We're gonna go from bottom up. So with our feet, right? Now we're gonna go in our calf position of our clean, right? We're shoulder width apart, toes slightly out, right? It can differ on some of us, but let's all start with that. We'll go shoulder width apart, toes slightly out. Now in terms of how we're gonna actually hold the bar, right? It's not a back squat. We're not holding it on our back. We're holding it up in the front, just like the front squat says. So how we do it? Same thing with our catch, right? We're gonna shoot shoulder around and shoot the elbow out, right? We want the bar to rest on our upper shoulder and chest, right? We want to create this shelf in this stance. Now how we're holding the bar, right? It all depends on our mobility. You got 2 fingers, 3 fingers, full fist. If we can't even do that, we can go with straps or a towel. And then worst case, we go cross body, right? We don't want to get there as our first resort, but we can get there as our last resort. So now in terms of the actual squat, right, we want to crack our knees and hips at the exact same time, right? So if I'm in this stance, I'm not here and then squatting, right? It's at the same exact time I'm here, right? These are cracking at the same time. We go down a parallel, right? We want to get our depth each rep and we explode up. The entire goal of the front squat is to stay tall, right? We're not collapsing with our chest, we're staying tall. We're pushing our elbows up. Okay, now, when it gets heavy, what we might do is we might tend to drop our elbows, right? Try to compensate and try to get the lift up. We don't want to do that. How can we fix it? All we got to do, imagine you're squeezing a balloon between your elbows, right? So you're in and up. That'll keep our chest up, and if you do that through the entire lift, it'll stay up. Now, we want to brace, right? Before every lift, whether we're benching, we're cleaning, we're squatting, we're deadlifting, whatever it may be, we're bracing, right? So we're here, we're bringing in some air, pushing out our stomach, and we should be rock solid right here. Okay, so now, in terms of actually squatting, like I said, we're gonna go shoulder width apart roughly, as many fingers as you can get on the bar comfortably. We're gonna come under with both feet. We're not going split squat into it, we're going both feet. We're gonna do a mini squat, come up, walk back. Now when you do that, like I said, elbows up, right? Squeeze that balloon, knees and hips crack at the same time. All right, let's see it. All right, so fellas, now that we learned how to power clean, we're gonna learn how to front squat. So we're gonna take the same approach as we did. We're gonna go from bottom up. So with our feet, right? Now we're gonna go in our calf position of our clean, right? We're shoulder width apart, toes slightly out, right? It can differ on some of us, but let's all start with that. We're gonna go shoulder width apart, right? We're not going split squat into it, we're going both feet. We're gonna do a mini squat, come up, walk back. Now when you do that, like I said, elbows up, right? Squeeze that balloon, knees and hips crack at the same time. All right, let's see it. right? Shoulder width apart, toes slightly out. Take a deep breath in. Explode up, walk in, rack the bar. All right, what's up, fellas? Okay, now we're gonna leave the weight room. We're gonna go on field. Okay, first drill we're gonna do is work on our acceleration mechanics. What we're doing, we're gonna do a wall switch drill. Okay, why we're doing this? We're trying to learn the angles of proper acceleration. Proper acceleration is at 45 degrees, right? We're not straight up. We're not at a 90-degree angle. We're 45 degrees, right? We want our shins facing the direction we're going. Our shins are our steering wheel. So if our shins are facing up, we're going up. If they're facing the direction we want to go, we're going in a 45-degree angle, we're going out, right? We're going out horizontally. So how we set up this drill is come against the wall, right? Hands on the wall, body at a 45-degree angle just like this, right? We're straight body from head to toe. We're completely straight and locked in. We don't want our butt out, right? We don't want to collapse like this. We want everything straight and ready to go. We start with our, in that A position that we started. On the coach's command, we just switch. Switch like that. We want violent movement down and back, right? We're not here and just down. That's just going to make us go up. We don't want to go up. We're going down, but we're going back under our hip. Okay, a couple things we got to look out for. One, our head position, right? Oftentimes our body's going to go where we're looking. So if we're looking up, we're going to stand up tall. We don't want that in our accelerations. If we're looking down, we might fall. Just look out a little bit out in front of you. Now, in terms of our foot, we're here. We're cocked 90 degrees at the hip, right? Like kind of like the bottom of the squat. Our foot is not pointed down. Our foot's pointed up. That's got to be cocked and ready to go to put force in the ground. We want to produce as much force as possible in this acceleration phase. We're pushing. We're putting those squats to good use. Now, in terms of our heels, when we're here, our heels are not hitting the ground. We're on our toes the entire time, and we're just pushing off of our toe. If our heel collapses, it's a waste of energy, and we're wasting all the strength and power that we just built in that weight room.